What's goody? It's your boy, Donnie Boy. Today, we're going to rank 2023's albums. For the rankings, we have Album of the Year, Amazing, Good, Decent, Mid, Bad, and then we have Worst Album of the Year. I've been kind of hyped, I ain't gonna lie. I did this last year, and I had a lot of fun doing it. First album we have is One of One by Hardrock. This shit was bad. I'm gonna be so real. Like this album was really bad. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it, man. People are ranking this as like their top 10 of the year. I just can't get into it, man. It's an absolute mess. 10,000 gecs by 100 gecs. This album is good. I'll put it in good. It's pretty good album. I like their first project better, 1,000 gecs. I like that album a lot better though, if I'm being real. That album's a lot more fun, I feel like, than this album. Fat D, Drake's Fat D's mid. Drake's Fat D's super mid. Yeah, I think the first like 9-ish songs are pretty good, and then it falls off like a cliff. Like it falls off into like an absolute mid. Like it's just mid. Straight up, it's just mid. Gifted and a Curse by Gunna. I didn't like this album either. I think it's mid. I think the only good songs in here are Fuck You Mean and the song after or before, I forget what it's called. It's a song that like transitions into it or something. So like 2 songs out of like what, 15? You know what I mean? Like it just sucks. A Great Chaos. So I'm gonna be so real. This album is extremely overrated, but I'll give it decent. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it decent. I actually came back to a lot of songs in this album, but like as an album though, like it's not really like I don't know. It's slightly overrated for me. What the fuck my blunt? What the fuck my cut? What the fuck my rip? Voir, I think this is called, by Earl Sweatshirt and the Alchemist. This album is, I say it's good. It wasn't amazing. It's good. I need to go back and listen to this more. Business is Business by Young Thugger. It's mid. It's super mid. I think I went back to like 2 songs on here. Ganger by Veeze. I actually just listened to this recently. Man, I just don't like it. I'm gonna be so real. Like I just don't like it. I like some of the beats, I guess. I like some of the beats, but like I think the vocals are like weirdly lazy. Like I don't know. I just don't like it. Next is Utopia by Travis Scott, bro. Utopia by Travis Scott. This album is amazing, bro. Amazing album. I'm a huge Travis Scott fan. I've been a big Travis Scott fan since 2015. I'd probably say. I remember being a whole ass little kid listening to Travis Scott on my MP3 player. Like I was really that guy. Next is Afterlyfë by Yeat. I'll give it. It's not mid. It's pretty decent to get through. I give it decent. Yeah, I'll probably put it in decent. It's got a lot of good songs in there, I'd say. Next is the Metro Boomin Spider-Man soundtrack. Mid, super mid. I don't know. It just felt like a collage of songs. A collage of like random ass songs. Mike Dean 423. It's mid. I like the songs with The Weeknd on it, but other than that, like I just wasn't. I don't know, really boring to me. SOS by SZA. So this album dropped last year in December, I'm pretty sure. I didn't listen to it until this year, and I decided to just like add it to this tier list, I guess. Yeah, I thought this album was really mid. I'm gonna be so real, man. I thought this album was really mid. I like a handful of songs, right? Most of it's just bloated, just boring songs, man. I'm gonna be real. Like I just didn't like a lot of songs on here. Lil Pump too. It's a laughable album. There's like some weird heavy metal song on there that went viral for being so terrible. Probably the most laughable album this year. Lovesick by Toliver. This album is, do I dare put it in decent? I think it's mid, but like there's some songs in there I like. Yeah, put in decent. I'll put in decent. I'll give it that. I was gonna put mid, but like I'll give it decent. There's a handful of songs in there I like. It's very 50-50 for me. Half the songs are good, half the songs are bad. Like basically just that. I don't think he'll ever beat A Life of Dawn. Life of a Dawn is his best album and it's amazing. I don't think he'll ever like beat that. Grails by Bourne. This is a little EP of his Grails that he dropped. I'll put in decent. I got tore up, I'm gonna be real. There's a song on there that literally sounds offbeat, and I got literally tore up for that. People were like, it's not offbeat, man. It's not offbeat, man. And Then You Pray For Me by Westside. Gunn. I'll give it decent. This is the first Westside Gunn album I've ever actually heard. It was alright. It was cool. I think it was cool. It was kind of a mess in some songs. Some songs are really hard to get through. But like honestly, it's dope. It's a dope album. Austin by Post Malone. I'm gonna be real. I forgot about this album, man. I forgot about this album. It's mid. I think the songwriting isn't bad, but like wow, that was the long. I think it's like a 50-minute album. It was like probably the longest 50 minutes I've ever spent listening to an album. It was so long. It was like a long album. I feel like it just came off really boring to me. It just came off very boring to me, if I'm being real. Glokkoma by Glock, I think his name is Glock. It just sounded very generic. Like I just didn't really like how like generic it sounded. Ugly by slowthai is amazing. Actually amazing. Like genuinely like one of the best albums this year. It goes into his personal side a lot. I think that's dope. Probably his best album, honestly. Like I really like it. Quaranta by Danny Brown. Same thing as Ugly, man. It's amazing. It goes into his personal side. It's really dope, man. It's really dope. Jen's Terrific Something. I forget the song's called, but it's like Jen's Terrific Something. That song slaps, bro. That song is amazing. I love that song. I like the dark production a lot. I like how dark and like kind of like vacant it sounds in a way. It sounds very like kind of, I don't know, it has a very dark touch to it. It's very dope. Heaven Knows by PinkPantheress is amazing. Probably the best pop album this year. I can't wait to see like where she goes from this, because it's like I can feel her sound like upgrading. It's really dope. It's really cool. Teezo Touchdown. I forget what this album's called. Something about like sleeping at night or something. It's mid. Just wasn't for me. It's kind of crazy to say, but I think this album is a little too weird for me. I feel like it might grow me though. You know what I'm saying? It might grow me. Maybe his future albums will be better. Next album is Michael by Killer Mike. This album's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's good. It's got some slappers on there. It's got some bangers on there, bro. Slappers and bangers. Bangers and slappers. D Savage's Mafia music. This album surprised me. This album actually surprised me. I don't know why I decided to listen to this for, but like honestly, it isn't really that bad. I give it decent. I like a lot of songs in here. I like cloud rap sound a lot on this album. It's really dope. I like the album a lot. Scarlet by Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? Ripping the merch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sounds good. I'll just say it's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's good. I like how Doja Cat is doing her own thing. Even though there's a lot of weird controversy around here, I like how Doja Cat's doing her own thing. I also saw her live too, so it made the album kind of better for me, if I'm being real. Hood Hottest Princess by, what's her name? Sexyy Red. Yeah, this album was bad. I have no idea how the needle drop gave this an 8 out of 10. I mean, I respect his opinion. You know what I'm saying? I respect his opinion, but like, wow, I just cannot fathom that at all. Stremlife 4. This song was bad. This song was pretty bad. It had like a couple memorable songs in there, but like really just wasn't that good. Cracker Island by Gorillaz. The only good song on here is New Gold with Tame Paul. That song slaps. That's the only memorable thing from the album in my opinion. I just didn't really like it. Ice Spice. We got Like. The Like EP is mid to decent. No, it's mid. It's mid. Let me chill. I think a lot of the songs blend together, but hope she like evolves her sound or like tries something new in her next projects. If looks could kill, baby, I'm the fashion demon. Yeah, it's mid. It's bloated. Super bloated, bro. It's like 30 songs long. Like, why? Why is it that long? You know what I'm saying? It's super bloated. It was kind of difficult to get through. There's a handful of like memorable parts though and the album, but like overall, just nah. Olivia Rodrigo's Guts. It's mid. I'm gonna be real, it's so mid. I don't think the genre's for me, man. I don't think that kind of genre's for me. Like teenage, like breaking up and like getting jealous of my ex and like that kind of genre is just not for me, man. It's Lahai or Lahi by Sampha. Sounds good. I'd say it's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's good. It's a very pretty album, very beautiful album. Sofego's Go. I'm gonna be real, I don't even remember this album at all. I listened to it once, didn't really care for it, and then I never went back to it, so I'm just gonna put it in mid. BLP Kosher, bro. We have Bar's Mitzvah. This album slaps. I'll put it in good though. I don't think it's amazing, but it's good. What would make this album amazing is if the second half of the album was cut off. The second half of the album is like a troll. It's like full of like him singing and being like kind of goofy. I feel like he's got very memorable and very creative lyrics. Like it's so dope, man. It's super dope. TV Girl. We got a new TV Girl album. We got the Grapes Upon the Vine. Yeah, I saw them live at this album too, and it really didn't make the album any different for me. Like I respect the genre change, but like this album just doesn't hit, man. It doesn't hit at all. Dom Corleo. It's bad. I like 1 or 2 songs on the album, probably 1 or 2. Mansion Music by Trippie Redd. This album was like a cash grab. It kind of sucked. It very much sucked actually. Now I take it back. It sucks a lot. Every song sounds the same. It just sucks. Call Me If You Get Lost, the deluxe edition. This is the estate sale. It's amazing. It's crazy how like Tyler the Creator's B-sides are like way better than like rappers' albums, like full albums. Keitra Mine by Amine and Keitra Nada. It was mid. Well, it might be decent. I might put it in decent. Let me get a refresher. I haven't came back to this album in a while. I like Forever, Master P, Sauce okay. Yeah, I'll put it in decent. I'll keep it in decent, but it's like the bottom of decent. It's like hit and mid. You know what I'm saying? It's hit and mid. I think it was overhyped. I think they were hyping it up as like the best summer album ever. This is gonna be the album of the summer, man. It's so good, and then it just was really just not that good. The Krusty Krab EP by Oddwin and Cash Crabs, whatever. I think Cash Crabs is Oddwin, but this album slaps. It's a little fun little EP. You know what I'm saying? It has like a Krusty Krab like vocalizer over it, and it has like the SpongeBob getting like rapping and shit. It slaps. It's fun as fuck. It's very fun. New Blue Sun. It's good. I'll say it's a good album. It's a very good album. It's very decent to good. Decent to good album. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It has some cool vibes on there, man. It has some cool vibes. Gumbo by Young Nudie. It's decent. It's a decent little trap album. It's cool. Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. It's amazing. Blew me away, bro, honestly. I haven't really revisited the album since I first listened to it. For like a genre change album, this album's amazing. Like honestly, like it really surprised me. This really blew me away. Stop scaring the hoes. Play that shit. Haven't touched your toes. We don't want to hear the weird shit no more. What the fuck is that? Game about my Oscord. This album slaps, dude. I love how they're like taking that meme, like scaring the hose meme, and like making a whole album off it. It's really dope. I can't wait for the second one. I'm pretty sure the second one's gonna come out. Rocket Power by Quavo. It's a cool little tribute album to take off. I like it a lot. I actually liked a lot of songs on there. The second half's kind of weak, but like the first half is really amazing. Like really got some like bangers on there, man. It's probably his best solo project to date, honestly. Pink Tape by Uzi, bro. This album is it mid? Do I dare put it mid? Do I dare put it mid? I think it's decent to mid. It's bloated. It's like actually bloated though. It's actually bloated. I'll put in decent. Let me pull the track list up. Yeah, I just find it very hit or miss. I actually love that song with I know first listen I didn't really care about it, but like this song Werewolf with Bring Me the Horizon, this song slaps, bro. It's probably the best song on the album, honestly. Lucky's Sex, Money, Drugs. Yeah, I'll give it decent. I like a lot of the production. It's cool. Red Moon and Venus by Kali Uchis. This album slaps. This album's very good. It's a very pretty album. This album's got some vibes on there, man. It's got some really, really pretty vibes. I really like this album off first listen. It's really dope. It surprised me, honestly. I've never heard a full Kali Uchis project before, but this album slaps. This album's really good. Tech by Lil Tecca. So first 2 songs are really good. I had like a lot of hope. I was like, wow, these songs are bangers. And then it like falls off and it's just really mid. I just didn't really care for it. Snot or Not by Homicide Gang. This album's bad. The only positive I can give this album is I like the album cover a lot. I like how the album cover is like Taylor Swift AI. Like, I think that's really cool because Taylor Swift can't like sue them because it's AI. Isn't that crazy? Like, I love that. It's actually really funny. Other than that, like, this album sucks. It has like one good song. Jackman by Jack Harlow. It's mid. I like Denver, and that's about it. Scary Hours 3 by Drizzy Drake. It's mid. Even though it's a little like EP sized like project, it's still mid. It's, Suicide Boys. We got the Yin Yang tapes. So Suicide Boys dropped 4 EPs during the year. I kind of collaged them all together in one ranking. But yeah, they're all mid. After listening to each EP, I think the sound got really old for me, if I'm being real. Alright, so picking my album of the year. Album of the year for me, out of these albums right here, the amazing tier albums, UTOPIA. UTOPIA is the album of the year. UTOPIA is my album of the year, bro. It just is. Like, straight up. Like, there's not a better album than UTOPIA. Straight up. It's not a perfect album, but it just slaps, bro. It just slaps, man. Like, I love it. Okay, so for worst album of the year, out of all these albums right here, I gotta give it to Mansion Music, bro, by Trippie Redd. This album sucks. It's so bad. It was actually, like, so terrible of a listen. It just gave me a headache, man. Like, I haven't had an album give me a headache in a while, man. Like, this album's really annoying. Like, really, just really bad. Comment down below if you agree or disagree with my tier list. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. If this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next video. Peace out.